Today we're talking hoops with Kennesaw State head coach Antoine Pettway. Coach, this is year 2 for you, wrapping up this summer schedule. An exciting year for you in Conference USA with a retooled roster with 6 freshmen and 3 transfers. How did summer workouts go for the Owls?
Summer workouts went great. We actually just wrapped up our final summer session. This group is really talented. They're young, but they're a team that plays hard and they work hard. You could actually see the growth in each guy throughout the summer. So I'm excited about this challenge coming up for the next year. We're excited about going to Conference USA. I'm looking forward to what the future brings.
We enjoyed the offense last year, an up-tempo offense. What's been a point of emphasis in summer workouts gearing up for year 2?
Yeah, just implementing our style of play with this young group. Our style of play is a fun style of play. We give them a lot of freedom and a lot of confidence, but with that comes the responsibility of getting in the gym and working. I said it before, we got to be the hardest working team, hardest playing team in the country, and this team is really taking on that challenge, and they embody each and every one of those characteristics. So from a style of play, I want us to continue to play fast, but I want us to play a little bit more efficient this season. And I think we got the size, the skill, the athleticism to do that.
What does playing more efficiently mean in this offense?
Just points per possession. I think we turn the ball over a little too much. We got to improve our defense first and foremost, where we're allowed to play even fast and get out in transition. But just taking the appropriate shots, playing fast but not being in a rush. And when you get in the lane, playing off 2 feet, limiting your turnovers, taking great quality shots. We want to emphasize free throws. We want to live at the free throw line. We want to take layups. We want to take wide open threes. But we want to take non-contested mid-range shots as well. So giving these guys the freedom to know what shots I really want to take in our offense. And I think this group, first year we kind of implemented it. This group has seen it, and they've done a great job so far this summer.
How about the other side of the court? What's a focus for defense?
Just improving our size and our rim protection. I think we definitely approach that philosophy in recruiting. With the guys that we were able to bring in, even though they're freshmen, they have great size and great athleticism for their position. And so that's one of the things I think that's going to really help this team. And just, defenses want to. We got to do a great job keeping that ball out of the paint. Penetrating passes off, either whether we getting in the paint off the dribble or whether we getting penetrate passes, but we got to keep the ball out of the paint. That's been an emphasis this whole offseason. And our guys accept it. We got a group that really accepts coaching really well. And we know we got to take a major step forward defensively. That's been explained to them, and we've taken an emphasis on that this summer.
Well, I want to talk about that recruiting class. It's a top 40 recruiting class.
Yes.
It's the highest ranked recruiting class out of a non-Power 4 conference. That's very impressive.
Yes.
For year 1 at a new school, being able
yeah.
to pull that off. What did you see out of them specifically in the summer workouts and their development?
Well, first and foremost, you recruit to a beautiful place. Like when we get kids on campus here at Kennesaw State, I tell all our guys we got a great chance of getting them because of the family atmosphere, just the family life, the campus life on the greens and on the campus. So it's not really hard when you got to recruit to a place like Kennesaw State. We absolutely love it here, and our guys, when they get it on campus, they love it here. But that class, man, we identify them early, and we try to develop a relationship with the state of college basketball, the transfer portal, and guys being able to just transfer every year with no penalty. A lot of high major programs are not taking those fringe guys, and so we want to specialize in that group of guys. And I think we did a great job going to get local guys and then mixing in a couple of bordering states. But we really attacked from the size standpoint, athleticism standpoint, and the skill standpoint, the guys that we really wanted.
Coach, fans are excited about your returners from last season. You have a couple of veterans coming back, Ronji Gordon, Simeon Cottle, and then true freshmen that played last year, Frank Sherman and R.J. Johnson. How have they led workouts this summer?
They've done a tremendous job. I'm actually getting ready to meet with each one of those guys individually when we leave this interview, but they've done a great job. Simmons' voice has been tremendous this summer. He's a guy that's really, he has a natural charisma about him, and I think our guys follow him. And it helps that he averaged 15 points last year, so they really want to listen to how he did, and he has a step up in the leadership category because of how talented he is. But R.J. Johnson, he's a guy that's been in the weight room doing extra, getting his body together, and I think you're going to see him take a major step forward. Frank Coyne, he got great experience last year. I think he started almost half the games last season, so he had a role last year in our team that allows him to expand on that as a sophomore. And then Ronji is just an everyday dude. He epitomizes who we are. He don't care about scoring. He don't care anything about Kennesaw State winning. And I love that about Ronji Gordon. So those 4 guys have each led in their own way, and I'm excited about what they're going to continue to do in the future.
Well, Coach Pettway, year 2 for you means a new conference. Now
Yes.
a member of Conference USA. What is Conference USA men's basketball like, and how does Kennesaw State fit into this new conference?
Well, I got a chance after last season to go up to their conference tournament in Huntsville, Alabama. And I wanted to do that so I can just see the kind of caliber of player we're going to be going against, the caliber of teams. And it's going to definitely be a step up. The A-Sun was a really good basketball conference, but I think Conference USA is definitely going to be a step up from the standpoint of where every position is going to have more size and probably a little bit more skill. And so we wanted to target that in our recruiting. It's going to be a big-time challenge, but we're excited about it. We're excited about it, man. Some of the best things come out of challenges. So our guys know what's ahead of them, and that's why we're working towards where we're trying to be. We want to go into that league and compete for a championship eventually. And, I think it's going to be, a process. It's going to be a process, but we got the guys that want to do it. We got guys that want to get better, the guys that are self-coaching, and we got a baseline talent level with these dudes. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great. Every night, every team in that conference is going to be a great game. Mm-hmm. And we got to you got to be an everyday dude every single night to be successful in this league, and I'm looking forward to it.
Recently, KSUOwls.com released the full 24-25 slate, and before that Conference USA schedule, you put together a demanding non-conference schedule. A couple of highlights to me is the Canadian trip, multi-team event, and then hosting Rutgers inside the Convocation Center. Yes. How did those two, the event and the game, come about?
Well, with Rutgers, we literally, with Atlanta being such a hotbed for recruiting, so me and the staff got together and we just decided that, whatever the highest level kid that leads the state of Atlanta, leads the state of Georgia, especially the Atlanta area, we were going to try to target and ask one of those how many did they want to bring him back to play. And so this kid, Ace Bailey, who's probably the best player in the country, he's a Cobb County kid from McEachern High School. And we knew Rutgers wanted to get him back home. He's originally from Chattanooga, but he spent his high school years right here in Atlanta. And so we just made a phone call to their coaching staff and tried to set the game up. They agreed. And we got him to come to the Convocation Center. So I expect that game to be rocking. We have a caliber program coming to us because not only do they have Ace Bailey, but I think they signed the number 3 player in the country, Dylan Harper. So they got 2 McDonald's All-American signees, and they just a really, really good program. So anytime you can get a program of that caliber to come to our campus, man, we want to show them a good time. When I say good time, we want to beat up on them if we can. So that's our game plan. And then the Canadian trip, Brandon Johnson, one of our commentators, me and him have a long-standing relationship. He recruited me out of high school, and he got us connected to it. When we accepted the invitation, the teams weren't in it yet. But as the teams start flowing in, I'm like, it's going to be a pretty good tournament. I think we got Townsend, UC, Irvine, and Kent State. And so we're going to really, really challenge ourselves in the non-conference. And that's what we want to do because we got to get prepared for what we're going to face in Conference USA. Mm-hmm. That's the meat and potatoes of our schedule. So each non-conference game needs to serve a purpose. It needs to serve a purpose for us to get ready for that conference run.
Coach, lastly, the schedule throughout the whole year for college basketball, Coach, is arguably the most demanding. I mean, in season, out of season, the recruiting calendar. Have you been able to spend some time with your family this summer?
Yes, I make time with my family. I got 2 little girls, and they gonna get on me if I don't come home and spend time with them. I got a 6-year-old in January and a 3-year-old in Summer Sky, and she's the 3-year-old is the boss of the whole family. By the way, I'm just telling you, you're gonna see her at games. She's the boss of everybody. But I get a chance. We practice in the morning, and so we come in after practice. We meet as a staff, and then all my staff, we go home. We spend time with our families. I think that's so important. I don't want our staff, myself, we don't need to miss anything when it has to do with your family because those are years you don't get back. And so that's a big emphasis of mine. We're going to make sure we're a family here with the basketball program, but, I want our guys making sure they spend quality time with their family, so I do the same. Not really taking a vacation. I thought I had a little break, but with the recruiting schedule, with Division I basketball, this little break between when the fall starts, that's the time we can get kids on campus. So my staff has scheduled a visit for every doggone day that I'm supposed to have a vacation. So won't be a vacation for the Pettways, but I've been spending quality time with the family for sure.
That's good, Coach. Appreciate you getting a memo about the polo today.
Oh, no, man. I got this from a great guy, man. We just did a jersey swap 3 minutes ago, so I appreciate you joining for the polo.
Coach, thanks so much for spending some time with us. Looking forward to seeing you and the Owls in the hardwood this year.
Thank you. Thank you, Nolan. Appreciate you, brother.